everyone, so I thought I'd do a little video. It's something that I was looking for desperately before we came for the first time. Just some kind of idea of what lodges there are and what facilities there are. So this is a new style woodland 2-storey detached, and normally we're in one like that one there, which is just a single story one, completely fine, ample room, and it's got all the facilities that you need and so on, but all the bedrooms are downstairs, obviously, because it's one floor, and it means that when the children are asleep, you're sort of cautious about making any noise. So this one we've gone for the 2-storey one this time. So nice area here, obviously, to put your coats, and there's a radiator in here, which is brilliant when your coats are wet. You know, you can use it for they dry fairly quickly. In here there's just a little bit of cleaning stuff if you need it. The ironing board, iron, sometimes there's some spare bedding. A downstairs toilet, which is great when the kids come back and obviously can't wait. So in here, a lovely sized dining room, heating controls there on the wall, really easy to use. That's included within the price, so there's no extra cost. Nice big blackboard, you can use it for anything you want. We use it for just putting our itinerary on each time we come. Huge kitchen area, which has toaster, nice big dishwasher, big fridge, oven, cooker top, microwave, and Tassimo coffee machine. You do get about 4 or 5 pods, but if it's something that you like, you know, get some cheap and cheerful from the supermarket before you come, because here they are 8 pods for £8.50. So if you're a major coffee drinker, it can be quite expensive. So yeah, plenty of cups, pots, pans, glasses. You're really not sort of short of the crockery and cutlery and so on. So the living area, again, plenty of room. Now in the woodland 1-storey new style lodge, it's pretty much the same setup, obviously no stairs, but a bit smaller, the living area. So it's same setup, it's just smaller than this one. So the 3-seater there, you've got 3-seater there, nice single chair there, lovely wood burner. It's great and cosy for at night. Again, your heating is included, so really you don't need to use that, but we use it as novelty. It's really quite nice. So, but you need to buy the fire logs. It's these fire logs, you need to use those. That's what they say, don't use anything else on it, it's got to be those ones. You can buy them from the shop here, they're £5 each, or 3 for £12, or you can perhaps pick them up from B&M before you arrive. There is a starter pack that you can get, and you can ask for those to be in your lodge for when you arrive, along with there's some food packages and things that you can get as well. So if you're literally arriving and you don't want to be doing much else but settling in, then you know you can have that as an additional cost. Nice big telly as well, which is great. Now we bring our Apple TVs with us, so that we've got all the sort of creature comforts from at home, films and everything that we've downloaded, and it's just, we found it just a little bit easier than just having the normal channels on the telly. So outside area, there's always a barbecue bit, so if you want to have a disposable barbecue in an evening, you can do, and then plenty of room for all your guests to be able to sit out. And there's just so much room for the children to play, and what a view, it's brilliant. Last night we saw, for the first time while we've been here, we saw a deer literally walking through there where I'm showing you now. Just breathtaking actually, to be honest with you. But you see plenty of red squirrels, and we've had some pheasants, female pheasants this morning come to visit us. We've had all sorts of wildlife, but the very special thing last night was the deer that we saw. So now taking you into a master bedroom downstairs, which is really handy for me because I'm not great with stairs. I really struggle with that. And if I have to keep going up and down stairs, it's hard enough at home, but at home I spend a lot of my time upstairs in my bedroom anyway. But obviously when you're on holiday, you kind of move around a little bit more and going out, so it's much easier for us to be downstairs. And it also means that if we're up and we want to watch telly till a bit later on, the children are upstairs, they're asleep, and we're not disturbing them. So again, I brought my Apple TV for this telly here so I can watch the things I want to, and if I'm having a rest because of my back and so on, that, you know, I can watch the junk that the kids don't often want to watch. Plenty of facilities, hairdryer, bedside cabinets on either side, nice big radiator as well. Plenty of space for putting your clothes, wardrobe. There's one of these in every bedroom, along with a safety deposit box. I think that's just in our room. I don't think that's in every bedroom. Plenty of sockets with USBs as well. So, you know, if you've not brought your plugs, you just brought your leads, don't panic. There's the USBs there as well. And some of them are USB-C, the new one. So this is the ensuite, which is just fabulous. Bathroom, have a bath if you want to. Nice big radiator, which is again great for all your swimming towels, swimwear and so on. You do get enough bath towels for the amount of people that are staying, along with a bath mat, hand towel. But yeah, great. One of the things that I don't know if it's a bit geekish, one of the things that I really like is that this mirror has an area in the middle that is heated. Which is just, it's great really, so you're not having to keep wiping the mirror, and it's really quite warm when you touch it, so that's just brilliant. So, you know, when you've had your shower and you're getting ready to go out, there's a section of the mirror that's completely clear. Shaver socket, that's all there for you. You do get toilet rolls, you get 2 in each bathroom. We always bring some as well because we're here for 7 days, so we do go through them, and there's 6 of us. Right, so I'll take you upstairs. Now, there's baby gates in every one, stair gates in every single one. Obviously have stairs. And if you're bringing a baby with you, there is a cot just there. I'm assuming that if you have got a baby with you and you need those facilities, you can ask for bedding. I don't know whether that's an extra cost or not. I don't know, a lot of people might bring their own anyway. So there's a cot there that can be moved and put into whichever bedroom you want to use it. Obviously it's quite something to be moving downstairs if you want baby in your room downstairs. So there is a travel cot there, which is brilliant, and also doubles up as a playpen. That, again, fantastic. Another radiator here, lovely view out there. Create some natural light in here. So the first twin bedroom, this one, I've put the boys in here. There's safety catches on the windows, which is obviously good for little ones that are a bit adventurous and fancy hanging out of them. So they only open that far. And then again, plenty of wardrobe space. Yeah, I was right, there's no safe in these ones. So bit of an area there to put a suitcase or something, but we found the landing brilliant. I mean, in the single story lodges there wasn't a lot of room to put your empty suitcases and bits and pieces, but you know, we've got that recess there, which is just fabulous. So another twin, the girls are in this one. Again, same amount of space, wardrobe space and so on, a vanity area. Plenty of sockets, lights, there's the little lights, there's the main light as well. And then they have their own, again, their own bathroom up here, which is fabulous. Just for them, with a toilet, shower, yeah, great, and radiator. So basically the reason I wanted to do this was, like I said, I'd never been before, I'd heard a lot about it, and I was really looking everywhere online to try and find somewhere that showed, you know, a little bit more about the lodges and what I would expect to find when I got here, and so on and so forth, and also like pictures of them. You know, you do like to have sort of like an image in your head, don't you, before you go away, of what what the place is like and so on. So I just thought if I do a quick video, I think I've covered most things, to be honest with you. It just gives you a general idea of what to expect when you're here. Some of the things that we've learnt along the way. This is our 3rd visit now. Some of the things that we've remembered to bring. One thing that you don't get, I don't know why, is a whisk. Now, okay, you could say, well, just use a fork. Yeah, great, that's no problem at all. But when you're making something like a Angel Delight, you really need a whisk. So we brought our own this time. But to be honest with you, if that is the only thing that they don't, for some reason, I don't know if it's a hygiene reason, because they can be quite hard to clean. Don't know the reason exactly for it, but anyway, we brought our own. And a high chair there as well. Plenty of seating for everybody. But honestly, just absolutely superb. Now, in the past when we've stayed in the 1-storey new style wooden lodges, we stayed on Beechwood on the last 2 occasions. Great, absolutely no problem at all. But the kids playing out, you're always cautious about bikes whizzing past, scooters, and then on arrival and departure days, you're obviously very careful with vehicles. And there are Center Parcs vehicles at all times, not just on arrival and departure days. So you really do have to be careful. And there's quite a lot of electric cars. They use the little tiny electric cars, so you don't hear them often coming. But another thing that I really like about this is that because it's a cul-de-sac, you're not getting that through traffic. There's not a lot of it. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's busy, but you're just not getting people passing. So the kids are playing out. They don't have to be quite as sort of conscious of traffic coming by and so on. So absolutely fabulous. And obviously each lodge has a parking area, so that when you're arriving and departing, you've got somewhere you can put your car and pack and unpack and etc. But honestly, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it is an expensive holiday. But as time's gone on, I've realised that there's good reason for that. There's so many things that I've thought, do you know what, that's really good that they do that. And kind of the cliche in my head is, that's obviously what you pay for. That's what you pay for. My eldest 2 went out the other evening, probably about 9:15, 9 o'clock, and I said I wanted them back for 11:30. They set off walking back about 11:15, and the security stopped. They were very, very nice, very polite. There was no issues whatsoever, but security stopped them and asked them basically where they were going, what they were doing. And they just said, it's okay as long as you're on your way home. Children, people under the age of 18, unless they are with an adult over the age of 18, aren't allowed to be wandering around the park on their own after a certain time in the evening. Now, I didn't quite catch what time they said, thinking about 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, because the tropical sun place closes at 9. So really there wouldn't be any real reason for children to be wandering around, say, after 10 o'clock of an evening. And to be honest with you, even the kids said, I quite like that, Mum. I think that's a really good idea. And like I say, the security guards were lovely. They weren't awful with them. They weren't horrible. They just said, listen, we're just checking that everybody's safe and that, you're on your way home, you're going to be getting yourselves home and so on. And that you're not lost as well, because when it's dark, it just all looks the same. But yeah, so there you go. So that's kind of like a tour of our 2-storey detached woodland lodge. We're actually on Foresters, and yeah, I highly recommend coming. I really, really, really do. All the other information about facilities and what's included and all that, the other stuff that you'd need to know is online, but it's just, and you can get floor plans as well of the lodges, so that you've got, but it's just nice to see it in real time. So I hope that's helped somebody. If it's helped one person, you know what, that's great. So if you do come along to Center Parcs, honestly, you will really enjoy it. So enjoy your holiday. Bye.